Hey guys, what's happening? I hope you guys had a great hump day. It was one of those silly days in the market. Like I was saying, we're in the silly season. We don't know what's going to happen one day to the next. And all we have to do is just be there and wait for the market, let it tell us what to do. And we do it and we can come home with some money. That's pretty much what my focus is and what it has been all week and going forward. That's all it's gonna be. Because I have no idea. I mean, I have an idea what to expect, but we just don't know, and it's just what we call a silly season. It's what it boils down to. And this is a retake. This is a retake because every now and then, based on mentor sessions and emails I get, I have to throw a repeat message out. And, we all have what it takes to get through whatever we're dealing with here in trading. We just have to decide that we want to get through it, that we have to want to do it. We waste too much time overthinking things, overthinking the process, overthinking our trading. We have enough sense to know exactly what needs to be done. The problem is we don't want to do it. And it may be because we don't want to have to do the work. We don't feel like doing the work. We focus so hard on trying to find shortcuts and get there faster, and all it does is create more and more problems. One of the things I remember from teaching that we teachers laugh about a lot is how our students would work so hard to try and cheat. And if they had spent half the time learning the material, learning the concepts that we're teaching them, they could ace the test and have more time to enjoy themselves. But it just seemed like it was the thrill of the rush. But that thrill does not get you anywhere. It just gets you further and further and further behind. So, we just have to decide that, hey, we're going to buckle down. We're going to do what we need to do to get there. It's hard, I know, but we got to get out of our own heads and get to work is what it boils down to. So today, now we saw that yesterday, the market got down and closed below the 5-day moving range, and then all of a sudden this morning we had a gap over it. We opened over. We did sell off early, but then the market recovered, and again today I'm thinking, man, they're gonna run this to 340. But didn't quite make it there. I think what was the high today? 338. 338 was kind of the high today. So, it looks right for tomorrow. Now I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow we didn't see it run up there. But again, we're in the silly season. So hell, we could wake up tomorrow and be gapped down below the 20. Who knows at this point? But really, really surprising. I mean, the Bulls are not letting go. A nice bear trap yesterday, and they worked it out and they played it really good today. So, looking forward to this continuing. I think we're gonna hit 340 before the end of the week. That's what I was thinking on Monday, or I talked about Sunday in our session. So just keep our eyes open on that. So what I'm going to do going forward, well, for the next couple of recaps, is break down the strategies that I'm using. They're really simple strategies. Where we mess up is when we get in our own head and we start overcomplicating these things. We waste time overthinking it and worrying about losing. We got to get that out of our head. We're going to have losing trades. How many losing trades do I have and I end up at the end of the month making several $1,000s? And I'm trading smaller size. I'm not doing a whole lot. I'm staying within the boundaries of where a new and intermediate trader will be. That's what I'm wanting to show you every day, day in and day out, that you could do this. Okay, that's what this is all about. So when I at the open, I trade the 5-minute opening range low. Or the 5-minute opening range breakout or breakdown. All right. So I'm looking for the 5-minute opening range high or the low, and then I'm basing my trades off of that. Now, some people like the 1-minute chart. They like a lot that adrenaline rush. Okay. They may like the 2-minute. They may like the 3-minute. That's fine. You find what fits you, what you feel comfortable doing, what moves you. And then you perfect it. You make it efficient. And you do the same thing day in and day out. Stop chasing stuff that's not yours. Stick to what you know. And we know the opening range strategy is profitable. The most of the trades that I lose money on are trades that I screw up. Either I miss a level or I screw up something else. So it's not the strategy, it's the trader. 90% of the time when we lose on a trade, it's trader error. It's not because the trade just didn't work. It's something we did wrong and that we could fix. So, the strategy works. There's 2 different ways I implement it. Now today, the market was a little soft in the morning, so I decided I was going to be conservative. That's what I was telling you guys in pregame this morning. I'm going to be conservative today. And so in the 5-minute opening range strategy, I wait for the first 5-minute candle to print. I got the high and the low. I didn't mark the high today because we did not even get close to it. I marked the low because that's where we were hitting. So I let the first 5-minute candle print. And most of the time, all of that crazy volatility is ate up in the first 5-minute candle. And on the conservative mode, I wait for the next candle to print. And if it closes below the 5-minute opening range low, then on the next candle, I'm going to take my entry as soon as it confirms it and breaks the low of this candle here. That's what I'm going to do. That's the conservative entry. The more aggressive entry is entering as soon as it breaks the 5-minute opening range low. Not wait for confirmation, just jump in on the break. That's the more conservative. So I have 2 entry strategies based on what I feel pre-market. And 100% based on what I'm seeing pre-market. So today we did the conservative. We waited for this to close and then we got in. Now, if you don't like the 5-minute, we can absolutely do the 15-minute. Okay, absolutely. So in the 15-minute, would it work? Of course, the longer you wait, the more profit you're giving up, but the less risk you're incurring. So by waiting 5 minutes, I'm incurring less risk than on the 1, 2, 3, or whatever other faster time frame you trade on. I'm incurring less risk. But this is my comfort zone. All right, so once the 5-minute opening range is set and we know where the entry is more than likely going to be, we need to establish for certain where our final profit target is going to be. We should have already identified this pre-market when we were marking our daily levels. These green lines, these are my daily levels, and it just so happened that the previous day's close, which is a dashed white line, is right in line with a dashed green line, and that's what you're seeing here. There's a daily level right here, and then there's yesterday's close, so we're right on top of each other. So it only made sense for me to take profit here. It may not have made it all the way down here. It may have bounced here and ripped. These are the base hits that you see us get a lot. That's summertime trading. There's a lot of base hits in the summer. But I'm not going to change what I do, because at least once or twice a week, we're going to get a home run. And today, we got a home run. All right, so there was the base hit. Here's the second base, and once we once we establish where our final target is, we have to pick strategic places to take profit. Where is the stock likely to bounce or, turn around? Now, we don't know for sure, but we know areas of support and resistance are going to have buyers and sellers there. The stock's going to react, and we don't know where it's going to go. But if we have big windows like this between two levels, I'm going to use whole and half dollar marks and allow the trade to work and get to those, those levels. And so I had these profit targets set, and I just sit back and wait for them to hit. That's the hard part. The easy part is a strategy. The hard part is executing the strategy. Being able to sit back, relax, and let this trade work. There's one trade I got in around 9:40. When did I get in? 9:40. And it lasted all the way until just after 11 o'clock. So you got to have patience to allow this trade to work. And you can't worry about what other people are doing or what other people are posting they're doing, and you're frustrated because you might not be making the money you want to make because somebody else is trading a stock that's exploding. Who gives a damn what they're doing? Your focus has to be on what you're doing and your strategy, your stock. Because and I try to set that example every day. Every day I try to set that example. You don't see me chasing anything that's not on our watch or that doesn't come up on our scan. Other than that, don't really care about it. So what we've done is we determine our final target, and then we just start taking profit at our predetermined targets between our entry point and our final target. If it makes it there, great. If it doesn't, and we locked in profit 2 or 3 other places, that's a win. Our job is to take profit. That's what our job is. And if we don't take it, we're not doing our job. So really nice trade on RCL, just what I like to do. Unfortunately, it never really gave me a clean secondary entry. You see, we just traded through moving averages. Here was a good entry here, but it just didn't push up. It failed. And we'll talk about that in a minute. So this is the 5-minute opening range strategy here. And we made 567.54 just on one trade. I've got 5 tickets. The reason why you see 7 trades here, several people ask me about this every week. The 5 tickets are the actual trades, but sometimes they break an order into multiple trades. So here, the 500 shares that we shorted was matched up to another order. It was either 500 shares or more that it was part of. And when I took profit here at 946, this was probably a bot that it filled my orders against. Because most of the bots you see running 100 share increments or mutual funds or whatever. They're running it like that. So that's where those feel. So I've got 2 extra trades here, but they're all part of that one order. These 3 trades are part of one order. So that's where you get the discrepancy in the trades versus how many actual tickets I'm being charged for. But 567.54 can't beat that. So now, here's a question. What if I missed the opening range trade? Or what if I don't like trading the opening range? What can I do? Well, you can sit back and wait for the secondary trades. And that's what I do every day as well. I just didn't get any secondary trades today because I was already in this. I never got out. Never had a reason to get out to get back in. I just let the trade, mature and get to where it was going to get. So we wait for secondary trades. So here the stock pulled back. We set a bottom here, and then when it bounced, we set a top here. So we put a channel in. And the simplest way to trade the secondary trades, a trend continuation, is wait for the channels to set and then trade when you get out of the channel. It's just that simple. And once this channel was put in, I knew breaking to the high side was no trade. Look at all of the resistance. So you would look for a trade going to the low side. So once we broke the channel, which is taking out lower day, I'm taking profit there. Okay, that's a profit target for me. But most people that are coming in are going to short lower day, because you have people that buy higher day, short lower day. That's a beginner strategy. So I'm buying into people shorting, but I still got a position on, so I know I'm going to get filled. You don't have to worry about that. But this is where you could have got in right where I took profit, is where you could have gotten in on a trend continuation. This would have been your final target, and you pick a spot in between and take profit. And it would have been right in through here, which is right where this stock bounced. Right around 56.50-ish or somewhere. I can't remember the exact price. But you would have probably taken profit around here, and then it comes down and you would have cleaned up right here. We're not trying to bottom tick or top tick these trades. We're trying to catch the meat of the move, and that's what we got here. So, yeah, no, you wouldn't have had as big of a trade as you took if you had gotten an opening range trade, but this is still a decent trade. So if you don't like the momentum early, you can catch trades after 10:30, catch some trend continuation, and oftentimes you can work these trades the rest of the day. So this is the what I look at. Now sometimes I do sit back and I mark patterns. I don't trade candlestick patterns. I showed you what I look for and how I trade. But what do you see here? Here's the channel. What do you see forming here? Okay, we've got the channel break. This is what I look for. But some of you've gone through classes and videos. That's a flag. That's a bear flag right there. Some of you look for flags, and you know how to trade flags. So same difference. It's just I have a simpler way of looking at it. Looking at a channel, to me, is a little bit simpler than looking at a flag. I mean, even though a flag is relatively simple and straightforward, these do look different. Not all flags are equal. Not all of them are going to look as good. But channels, two straight lines where you have a high and a low, you can't miss that. You can't misinterpret it. So, that's why I use the flag thing. So as I trade other strategies, I'm going to break it down like this over the next couple of videos. I'm not going to do it all the time because it does take a lot of time and it's kind of redundant. But the classes explain these in more detail. When we have live classes every week, if you have questions, if you're a member and you have questions about these strategies, that's what that time is for. If you need individual time, most of you guys have the ability to schedule a one-on-one mentoring session. That's what those are for. To help you get out of, help you get out of your own head so you can get to work. Because that's what it is. I mean, most of the time we're just stuck in our own heads. So that's all I got today. Excited about about tomorrow, and continuing this beta test on Thinkorswim is going great. But I just realized part of the agreement is I can't put anything on social media or mention any specifics about it. So I'm not going to be able to do that till after August 31st. But all I can say is I'm enjoying it. 100%. So you guys have a great night, great rest of the evening, and I will catch you in the morning.